traders. I'm excited to present several of my top swing trading ideas for the week ahead. And like the successful ones that I've shared before, such as the recent SMCI overextension long idea, these suggestions and ideas hold the way to make substantial directional moves for the upcoming week. So without further ado, let's get straight into it, and I'll be sharing my exact plans for my top swing trading ideas for what should be an exciting upcoming week. So, first idea is in a Bitcoin related stock. It's the ETF IBIT. And obviously, there's several different ways of expressing this idea. And there are various stocks that could experience momentum if Bitcoin does break out of its consolidation. And you can see right now, it's been consolidating between support around 51K, resistance around 52,500. And so there are various vehicles that one could choose to express this idea should Bitcoin break out. But for me, I'm going to focus on IBIT just because I like the risk reward there and I like the liquidity. We switch over to IBIT now. You see very similar chart to Bitcoin in terms of how it's been consolidating at the high end of its range with 29 as support, 30 as resistance. So on multiple time frames, which I like, if we look at IBIT, look at it across the hourly time frame, if we switch over to Bitcoin, obviously very similar chart. I like how it aligns across multiple time frames. So really, I'm just anticipating and preparing for a potential breakout in Bitcoin, and then I'll have a reactive plan to trade accordingly in IBIT. There are other names like Mara, MSTR, Coin, Riot, etc. But like I said, for me, just personal preference, IBIT is what I'll be looking at. And if Bitcoin catches a bit and breaks out, and IBIT begins to hold near 30, near this breakout and inflection area with authority, that's where I plan to get long with a stop under the previous breakout level. So if we break out, hold above 30, stop under 30, or potentially with a stop at the low of day, depending on if the breakout occurs intraday or if we get a gap and hold over 30, for example. Now, the plan for IBIT in terms of taking profits, I'm going to be using my ATR approach. So that basically means that I'm looking to catch 2 times the average true range of the stock. So if it has an ATR of 1, I'm looking for an up move over the breakout level of 2, so 2 ATRs. And I'm planning to hold this for a couple of days if momentum is there once Bitcoin breaks out. So first target for me would be 1 ATR above the breakout level, so that would be 31, and then thereafter would be 32, and I plan to remove a third of my position into each target. How am I going to manage this? I'm going to manage it by trailing my stop on the hourly time frame using previous higher lows, and then as the stock makes new higher highs, I'll be scaling out of my position accordingly over multiple days. So once we get over 32 target, I would have been out of 2/3 my position, and the remainder I'll be scaling out as the stock makes higher highs. And obviously this is reactive to Bitcoin, so I'm also going to use my discretion to either exit or adjust my plan manually if the price action in Bitcoin does change. The next idea is a bit different. We're dealing with a low float here, and this is in LUNR. LUNR, it's experienced a nice multi-week run higher, 15 to 20 million float, I believe, but it had a negative catalyst on Friday, which caused it in the after hours to take a significant turn lower. And so for me, this breakdown in the after hours, that confirms the backside in the short term, and it sets up a pretty good opportunity for lower highs or a pop to short, looking for a secondary opportunity there and continued downside. So the plan here, while I think it might be quite unlikely that the stock does push back into previous potential areas of resistance, one from after hours into 8. The main area I'm looking at would be support from Friday, which could act as resistance, so anywhere from 9 into 950 range. I think it could be unlikely that we get a pushback up there, because I would expect there to be significant supply. But if we do get a pushback into this area of potential supply and resistance, we get a push intraday, I'd look for an immediate hard failure into 950. And then once we get that failure, I'd look for a lower high or any opportunity to get short as close to that failure area as possible, because that would then give me the opportunity for a skewed risk reward. And thereafter, for a full day, maybe 1.5 days, I'd look for a move right back down into the low sixes, into the after hour lows from Friday, for a nice skewed risk reward backside short opportunity. And then the last idea that I have for the week is an SMCI. And SMCI, given the range and the volatility, amazing range in recent days and weeks. I wouldn't be surprised now to see the stock trade within a large range, for a few days now, just to digest the move and maybe to churn some shorts, churn some longs. So really, I have no directional bias. Instead, I'm just looking to take note of some key levels. And I'm looking to be reactive if the stock comes into key levels of support, finds support, catches a bit, or if it pops into potential areas of resistance within this range that I believe is developing for a reactive short into an area then of support. So, just taking note of key areas here for potential reactive range opportunities for 1 day swings. And so the potential areas of support that I see and that I'm going to be watching for to potentially go long if we come into this area and catch a bid. I'm looking at 750 as the outer band of support for a move back into the 750 area where we found support for a few days last week, or 800 as a potential area of support to get a higher low there. And then my targets, naturally the first one would be the midpoint around 850 within this range. Main target of resistance thereafter would be 900 and 950. So I'm looking for moves within this range, catch a bit into support, sell into the midpoint, sell into 900, outer band of resistance 950, and then on the flip side, looking for moves into 900, over 900 into 950 to find some supply, get a lower high within this range, and then look to get out of that short position reactively into the midpoint 850, and then the lower bands of support 800 and 750. And so really it's range trading if the stock does look to digest the recent price action over numerous days, which I think after such a significant move like it's had, I think that could be quite likely for it to really begin to chop around and find support into pretty standout support zones and on the flip side, resistance zones. So those are the three main ideas that I have this week. They're diverse, they're different from large caps to small caps to mid caps. And low floats, I think it's a nice diverse set of ideas, but all offering range and direction. And so let me know if you have any other stocks on your watch list that you think I should add or keep an eye on or set alerts for the week ahead. If there are any other stocks that maybe haven't set up yet, but you think might be forming for a potential A+ opportunity in the weeks ahead, always good to set alerts and keep those on your radar. So let me know if you have any exciting plays that are in the early stages of setting up. And other than that, good luck for the week, and I'll see you all next week.
So you're an active trader, not doing as well as you want, not doing as well as you deserve, and you just can't figure out why you can't become profitable no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. This is your competition. The traders in this room. This room right here is full of elite traders, some of whom are making 7 and even 8 figures a year. In fact, our top guys have made nearly 20 million each in net trading profits in a single year. Let's head to my office so I can share more. So you're probably used to seeing videos of lavish trader lifestyles, trading gurus trading off of a laptop for an hour a day, heck, maybe even 15 minutes a day, and then them relaxing on some secluded beach for the rest of the day. Well, all I can tell you is that our traders train like pro athletes. They live and breathe the markets and are continually working on their trading skills. Because at our firm, that's what we've found it really takes to make it in this game. I'm Mike Bellafiore, co-founder and managing partner of SMB Capital, one of the world's top proprietary trading firms located in Midtown Manhattan. And we're always looking for trading talent to hire and develop. And not just to trade in-house on our desk, but also to trade from their own home, entirely using our firm's capital. And we have numerous traders doing just that, allowing them to make upwards of 7 figures trading the firm's capital without risking their own money. But to even get a shot at something like that, you need to have the right training. That's why we're doing a new free online presentation in which we share how you can get an interview with SMB to become an in-house or remote trader, trading firm capital without risking yours and gaining access to all of our firm's coaching and resources. And the best part, You don't have to be a profitable trader yet. In fact, we prefer to mold profitable traders with our methods and our techniques. That's why we have just 3 simple criteria that can earn anyone an interview. We're looking for highly ambitious and determined traders who fit our culture first and foremost. So if you believe that could be you, sign up for the free 1-hour online presentation by clicking the link that's in your top right corner of your screen now.